Okay, in this lesson we're going to go over creating hyperlinks or links to other pages or pages within your own website. Alright, so if you've been following along, we have our index page already saved. So we're going to open it up. And you can see I haven't changed anything since our last lesson, so I'm going to go ahead and delete all this stuff from paragraphs and headers. We don't need that this time. And we're going to begin by creating a link to other websites. Because this is the basic hyperlink tag. And it's going to start like every other tag, except this one's going to have an A and then space, href for hyperlink reference, equals, it's a plus, equals, and then you're going to put the web page in quotations. Okay, and when you put a web page, it needs to have the exact web address. Okay, so let's have our link go to Google. And we're going to do HTTP. Right, you need the full address //www.google.com. And then close the quotes because we're finished with the web address. And then close that tag. Alright, and that's the opening tag to create a link. It's going to be A, right here, hyperlink reference, and the equals, and the web address that you want the link to take you within quotations, and then close the tag. And then we're going to, anything that we want the link to say, we can make it say. So this one we're going to make it say, let's go to Google. And then like everything else, you have to close this tag. And all you do is close it by /A. Okay? So as you can see, anything in between these two is going to be the way your link looks, which will be right here. Let's go to Google. Alright, so let's save that. And then we'll open up our page. And you can see the link right here. Let's go to Google. And if you click on it, it takes you to Google. Okay, so that's how you create a basic link, and you can do that to any website you want to go to. And if it's a really long website, so say you went to a Google search, and let's search HTML for experts. Alright, and you wanted this, you wanted to bring up this exact search with that link. And you see how long this web address is. There's no way you can type it, so let's just copy. Go back to our page. And we can paste that right here where we want the web address to go. Okay, you can see how long that web address is. But it's still essentially the same thing. Okay, we have our A hyperlink reference, the quotes, that entire website is within quotes, and then the greater than symbol to close that first tag, and then what we want that link to say, and then we close it. Okay, so let's save that and we'll take a look. Alright, and it still says let's go to Google. We'll click on it, and it pulls up that search. Alright, so that's a good thing if you want to use it for Google. You can use it for any website, no matter how long. You can just copy and paste it. And as long as you put it in the right place in the tag, which is the A hyperlink reference equals, and then the entire web address within quotes, it will take you there every time. Okay, so that's how you link to other websites. Now, if you want to create a website that has multiple pages, which most websites have, and you just want to link to one of your other pages, and I'll show you how to do that too. And you're going to start that that tag, basically the same way that we did just now. So it's going to be A hyperlink reference equals. Now, we haven't created a second page yet, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go to File, New. Okay, and you remember how we started start an HTML document. Start HTML, head, and then we want a title. And we're going to title this our page, or our website, page 2. Remember, you close the title, and we're closing the head, opening the body, and let's say this is page 2, close the body, close HTML. Okay, and then we need to go to File, Save As, and then whatever we want to name it. And this one we're just going to name page2.html. Alright, and there's ways that you can link to any page anywhere. But if you want to do pages for your own website, I highly recommend that you save them in the same folder. It makes creating links a lot easier. Okay, so we're going to save this in the same place that we saved the index page, and we saved it as page2.html. So we'll save that. Alright, you can see here that we have our page 2 and our index. Okay, so let's create a link that will take you from our index page to page 2. Okay, and the way you're going to do this, it's going to be a hyperlink reference equals, and if you really wanted to, you could do your web address if you already have one. It'd be the http://www. whatever your web address is /page2.html. Alright, but it's simpler by putting both your pages in the same folder. All you'd have to write is the name of the file, page2.html, and that will take you directly to it, as long as they are saved within the same folder. Okay, so let's close that, and we're going to label this one page 2, and then close the tag. Okay, so this one, you can see, is a little bit simpler because it's in the same folder. We don't need all this other miscellaneous information to get us to where we want to go. So if this is your page, it's in the same folder, you can just put the file name. Alright, so let's save that. We'll take a look. Alright, I'm going to open my index page. Let's see, refresh. Okay, so this is a good example of a mistake. Okay, let's go to Google, page 2. The two links that we created are connected. And the reason is I didn't put any spaces in between these two. I did one tag right after another. And your browser doesn't read this empty space as anything. So it skips right over and goes to this and thinks that this should butt right up next to this. Okay, so you have to be sure to put in the spaces manually. And remember, I showed you how to do an extra space. You can just do the BR tag. And you can do as many BR tags as you want. Each BR is just like hitting enter in a word processor. It's going to give you a space. So by putting 3 BRs here back to back, it's going to give us 3 spaces. Alright, so let's save that. Go to our website and refresh. And now you can see the difference. Those BRs would be fitting in right here, giving you that extra space. Alright, so let's go to Google. Still works. We haven't changed it. And then go into page 2. Takes you to our page 2. Remember, our website page 2. This is page 2. And that's how you make a link. If there's any questions about that, I know this is more of a complicated tag. Feel free to leave a question in the comments or send me a message, and I'd be happy to answer it for you. The key things to remember again is when you're creating a website, a link, is the a hyperlink reference, the web equals whatever website or file you want to go to within quotation marks, and you close the tag with the /a. If you're going to one of your own pages, then and it's in the same folder as your index, right? Because mine are in the same folder labeled web page, then all you have to do is put in the file name. And make sure that you put that .html or whatever type file it is, and then whatever you want, and then close the tag. If you're going to a different website altogether, then you put in this entire thing, the http://www. whatever you're going to.com. Okay, and that's it for links. The next lesson is going to be on images because this is kind of a similar tag. They follow the same principle. Okay, and again, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.